this one's good, and this was one that you kind of threw out. Does Kyle Shanahan like Trey Lance more than he trusts Trey Lance? Kyle Shanahan was pictured with Trey Lance this week, and it looked like they were hanging out and having a good time. So he clearly likes him, and he seems like Trey's an easygoing guy. And Trey obviously seems like he's happier around Kyle than Jimmy. Sounds like he maybe takes off in the offseason and is like, you know what, Kyle, I'll see you at minicamp and not before. So I think Kyle does like Trey, but I kind of agree that, Kyle's an impatient guy. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who wants to coach up a young quarterback. And nobody needs more coaching up than an FCS kid with limited reps.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was the driving force of bringing Trey on the team. I think he loves the idea of Trey Lance, and everything that he liked about him is still there. Like, he's a grinder. He loves football. He wants to talk about football. He stays in contact. He goes to throwing camps. I mean, he does all the little things that Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't seem to do. Yeah. And I think that's Kyle's kind of guy. You know, he's obsessed. Also a great athlete. Also, like, everything Kyle thinks he wants. But he's not a finished product yet. And Kyle knows, as we said earlier, that nothing puts his job in jeopardy quicker than going to Trey Lance and Lance not being good for whatever reason. And I think he's just not willing to take a leap of faith for whatever reason. So he likes Lance. He let out that nugget that he talks to Lance and he doesn't talk to Jimmy. But at the same time, you haven't cut Jimmy yet. So I feel like Jimmy's like his emotional security blanket. It's like he needs Jimmy, even though he thinks he doesn't, even though he thinks he's beyond Jimmy. He just still hasn't been willing to put it down and move on, even though he really, really, really wants to. And I think he's trying to talk himself into it.
I think Kyle's an awesome play caller who is a totally unproven entity as a, play quarterback developer.
Right.
He's not Holmgren. He's not Walsh. He's an incredible play sequencer and play caller and play designer. He's ruthless in his play calling. He'll target your defensive weakness and exploit it, but can he bring the quarterback along? I mean, I think it's going to be interesting.
Could his dad? Neither one did it.
That's a great, seriously, neither have ever really developed a young quarterback. And Kyle Shanahan, the general manager, the guy with the final word on the personnel, really called the bluff of Kyle Shanahan, the head coach, with this draft choice. This guy needs to be developed. And now Kyle's on to his second quarterback coach trying to develop him. And I thought the most interesting part of the conversation this week from the owners meeting was Kyle on Greasy kept talking about Lance. So obviously Lance is the guy. He's the guy. That's what they're focused on. But he likes the idea of Greasy, a guy who's been there, done that, and doesn't have theoretical knowledge like he does and like some other people might. And he wants real life experience that he can share with this kid. And after hearing that, Grant, I think that was a good hire.
Yeah, look, when I heard that, my reaction was, so who was Scangarello here for then?
Right.
If Greasy's here for Trey specifically, good. What the hell was last year all about? Was that a wasted year? Because that guy's gone. So whatever Rich Scangarello was teaching Trey Lance, now irrelevant. Forget that. You're on to quarterback coach number 2. It's really too bad the Niners did what they did last year. We could talk about that in a minute. But I just feel like, great. You got to the right quarterback coach in year 2. Well, better late than never.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
I do think that Greasy, it wasn't just play calling and footwork and that kind of thing. He was talking about, off field life. So he kind of knows that this kid needs some, somebody who's been through it in every way imaginable. And the one thing Greasy can say that Scangarello can't say is, hey man, I took snaps in the NFL. I did the job. I've sat there as the Larry Krugers and the Grant Cohns of the world grilled me afterwards and blah, blah, blah. And, I faced the music, so you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's more to life to being quarterback in the NFL than just, formations.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Greasy and Kyle Shanahan have something in common. Probably when they talked to each other, they realized we were tutored by the same person. We have the same exact sensibility. We were raised in the image of Mike Shanahan. It must be comforting to talk the same exact language. Probably Kyle has known Greasy since Kyle was 17.
Yeah.
16.
And I think Kyle made a good point. It's hard to find guys who have done the job and are willing to do the work. I mean, nobody wants it, and think about it. NFL quarterbacks are the ones who have done the job. Most of them made too damn much money to ever consider being a quarterback coach. So we're at an interesting point in history that this guy Greasy is even willing to do this job, considering what it pays and the hours that are attached.
The last thing I want to say about this, again, I know Kyle Shanahan likes the person, the worker, the athlete. I hope he's not trying to turn him into Brian Greasy, though. Like, I'm just saying, I watched Brian Greasy, and Kyle had the reputation of always wanting the pocket passer. With Trey, you're trying to have him find a balance between staying in the pocket and extending plays, because good things happen when you extend plays. And Jimmy couldn't do that. And Trey theoretically can. You don't want him to be a robot. And I feel like with Kaepernick, the Niners try to turn him into a robot, which was like defeats the purpose of having a quarterback like that. So one thing I want to say with Greasy, don't turn him into you, please.
I would say that what they like about Trey is that they've seen that the defensive linemen and the guys who are rushing the quarterback are smaller and faster than ever. There's more sacks from the secondary than ever before, year after year after year.
Good point.
The pressure packages are coming with smaller, faster, athletic guys. So being a pocket player, you still need durability and mobility within that pocket. And Garoppolo and many guys like him don't have that mobility. So they're dinosaurs. Where a guy like Lance, even a guy like Zach Wilson, he's got quick movement ability within the pocket. I think that's kind of the new thing that they're looking for.
No question. And what I like about Lance more than Zach Wilson or Kyler Murray is he has that short area quickness. He's really quick on his feet.
Yeah.
6'4", 230.
Yeah.
I mean, he's almost like a little bit like a young Roethlisberger, where if you don't hit him square, he will shrug off the tackle and get away. He really seems like he can avoid sacks, which is quite a nice ability. I like that, because Jimmy can't.
Mahomes, I mean, it's like Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes, he'll break free. There'll even be an avenue. He won't take it because he knows his real danger is with that arm. And I think Trey is the same thing. He's going to bust through the pocket. He's going to sprint to the open space, and then he's going to be sitting there just taking dead aim on Debo and Ayuk with a rocket of an arm. I think it's going to be a lot of good things are coming for him, I think.